Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing bad time. Doing bad time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. How's everybody doing today? I hope I got to get all my volumes right here. I'm a little loud to come off at the beginning. I could see that. Okay, there we go. That's much better, much better. I hope everybody's doing great today. I know I am. It's the Thursday edition of Sports World Radio. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Lots and lots to get to today. Frank Sprankle's going to be joining us today. It's Thursday. We get him in the second hour of the show. We're going to have a lot of fun here today at Sports World Radio. I hope everybody's ready for it. Let's get all the particulars out of the way. SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to us here. Do our thing each and every Monday through Friday here on Sports World Radio. 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
Wow, look at him. He's right on the ball. That's Sean Mann. We'll get to him in just a minute. Facebook.com/Sports World Radio. Head on over there and like our Facebook page. And while you're doing that, head on over to Twitter, Twitter.com/Sports World Radio. And like our Twitter page as well and follow us over there as well. If you want to come and hang out in the chat room, Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker, Spreaker.com. Get yourself a free account. Type in Sports World Radio. The show will come up on the bottom of your screen. Click the bubble to your right, and you'll be right in the chat room. Start chatting away with us. It's pretty easy. Chapel did it yesterday. Bernadette's husband and those guys were hanging out in the chat room with us yesterday. Hopefully they'll be back again today. It's that easy. Just ask them how to do it if you're an old TZ alum and you're listening to the show. 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715 is the number to give us a call here at Sports World Radio. SWRshow@gmail.com. That's SWRshow@gmail.com is the place to send us your emails at, to ask us a question. Now, with all that out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and welcome everybody to Sports World Radio on this Thursday, December 11th, 2014, 6:07 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:07 p.m. on the West. Weather right now, very wet and very rainy. It's like 44 degrees, but very cold and very wet outside today. It's been raining all day.
Ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
get
you
for
would be
living.
laughing because you're happy because you're in sunny San Diego. You're not dealing with the wet rain.
Not today, but we got some rain coming, dude. It's sunny today, but we got some rain coming. It's supposed to be like raining maybe Friday or something like that. Hey, it doesn't rain much here. We could use the rain.
Doing
can
well
always use
in
the
general. How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing fabtabulous. You know me, man. I'm always doing fabtabulous. I'm doing
Cool.
great. You know me. I go to bed late. I sleep late. Hey, I've only been up since noon, man. I've only been up for 3 hours. I'm feeling great.
Cool.
I'm having a great day. You know, doing my thing, doing what I do best. And hey, don't forget, if you guys want to keep Sports World Radio doing what we like to do best, and that's entertain you folks with some killer sports talk. And remember, this is just not another sports talk show. This is way different than everybody else's, so get used to that. So keep Sports World Radio doing what we like to do. Head on over to SportsWorldRadio.com if you're not already over there. And click the Donate tab at the top there. It says Donate. Click the Donate tab right there. And keep Sports World Radio doing what we like to do. And that's entertaining you. So donate and help us do that. All right, Sean, what do you got for the first topic of the day, my brother?
All right, first story of the day that we have. If you saw the photos of Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton's truck, which flipped multiple times after a collision in Charlotte, North Carolina, you had to wonder how Newton came away from it with just some fractures and the transverse process of his back.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
How about that, huh? Is that crazy or what?
Yeah, I'm seeing the pictures of his truck, and it got demolished and smashed.
Yeah, how the hell did he come away with that with really no major injuries? Right?
God was on his side. He was lucky to be able to make that keep him alive. Otherwise, that would have been a very serious injury.
And did I see that right, that they found some marijuana
Yeah.
in his vehicle or on his possession? Right? Did I see
Yeah.
that right? Is that correct?
I'm checking and seeing if we do have it correct.
That's crazy.
But,
And you know something? If he wanted to sue the guy that did this to him, because obviously it was a two-car accident and somebody cut him off from what I understand, he wouldn't be able to play in Sunday's game. Obviously he's not playing in Sunday's game now, but he wouldn't be able to do anything because as soon as he played in that game, they would say, hey, listen, you're not hurt. You played in an NFL football game. So it's kind of smart of him not playing this Sunday. I'm sorry.
in a heartfelt Instagram post, his first comment since the accident, Newton expressed his gratitude for being alive after the accident and how it has already changed his outlook on life. And of course, it's got a big message on Instagram about what he said about the accident that occurred a few days ago. So thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. Hopefully he'll be able to recover fully and come back from the horrible accident.
Hey, Josh, I just seen that that post you put on Facebook, Week 15 NFL predictions and analysts. He's got the Arizona Cardinals sitting at number 1, which is not a bad place for them to be sitting.
Yeah,
They're
not a
playing
bad
St.
place
Louis.
at all because they are in a good position.
Not bad. I kind of like it. I'm going to have to get in depth and read that. Head on over to Facebook. Check out Josh's article, Week 15 NFL predictions and analysts. It's a pretty cool read. Check it out. That's our buddy and producer and program director, Josh Lopez, here at Sports World Radio. Going to be a very interesting weekend in football, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is a very interesting minutes as we are 11 minutes after the hour. What's his deal? Check out Pete Carroll's impassioned defense of Jim Harbaugh. With the Seahawks, of course, trailing the Arizona Cardinals by 1 game, and of course they play a week from this Sunday at Arizona, Pete Carroll says that the 49ers have a pretty interesting defense. After the Seahawks coach went out of his way to praise Harbaugh, who appears to be on his way out with the San Francisco 49ers, you get the sense that they like having each other as competitive foils.
You do get that sense, don't you?
Yeah, what he's probably saying is great friendship, great rivalry between the Seahawks and the 49ers, but he pretty much is saying, it's probably going to say goodbye to Jim Harbaugh on December 29th, which will be Black Monday for a lot of NFL coaches.
Hey, is it rivalry week in the NFL this week coming up?
I say, Jeff, it is. Look at the big matchups. You got the Seahawks playing the 49ers. Seattle, no. San Francisco, we all know, is pretty much done. Josh, you even called that. Congrats, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at all this, Sean. You got San Francisco playing in Seattle.
Yep.
You got Dallas playing in Philadelphia. You got Denver playing in San Diego. You got Cincinnati playing in Cleveland. You got Washington playing in New York. Miami playing in New England. Oakland playing in Kansas City. Those are all rival games, aren't they?
And this is what I call crunch time because of how we're getting toward the end of the season. 3 weeks left. Anything can happen, especially since it's been a wild and very wacky NFL season. I think, Jeff, in the 6 years that you and I have done Sports World Radio together, we've never seen it as good as this, with every division being so close and being up for grabs. Even the NFC South with teams below 500, but better yet, a team can still get in there, maybe a game under or maybe 2 games under 500.
Okay, so
that's
now
still a possibility.
I want to go through this really quick with you. The San Francisco-Seattle game, this is a big game. This game means a lot to both teams, correct?
Correct,
okay.
And I say it belongs mainly to Seattle. I think this is more important for the Seahawks than it is for the 49ers because the Seahawks know darn well they need to win this game to get ready for a big NFC
Okay.
West matchup in Arizona a week from this Sunday, the 21st of December.
The next game, Dallas and Philadelphia. Big game, right? Don't say anything about it. Just a big game, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Denver, San Diego. Big game, right? Okay. This game here, it's a big game for one team, but not a big game for the other team. The Oakland-Kansas City game, correct? It's more of an important game for Kansas City than it is for Oakland, but Oakland would like to knock Kansas City out of the playoffs, all right?
Yeah, and Kansas City hasn't forgotten what happened a few weeks ago, so yes.
Okay. This Miami-New England game, big game. New England needs this game to keep stride the way they're moving. Miami needs this game to stay pace for the playoffs, correct? Big game, right?
Correct.
Rival game. Big game. Washington-New York Giant game. Big rival game, but the game don't mean crap.
It's pretty much for bragging rights between you and Gary One Arm.
Right. The big rival game between these two teams. These two teams don't like each other, but this game don't mean crap. The Cincinnati Brown game. The Bengals-Brown game. Big rival game. Game means a lot. Cincinnati's trying to make Cleveland's trying to make the playoff. Cincinnati's trying to keep their lead. Big game. Plus Johnny Manziel's first game starting, right? So big game. So there's a lot of big games out there that mean stuff, and there's a couple of big games that don't mean crap. And on that note, we're going to run to our first commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Eskow, Shaw Man on
Sports World Radio.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear, and do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov. This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Chat room at Spreaker.com. Hey, Frank, that is the ugliest picture I've ever seen you place on Spreaker or on Skype. I can't believe I have to bring you on the show in the second hour and look at your Oakland Raiders Skype crap. You sucker, you.
He put it on the line. He said the Raiders lose it for NFL Real Talk. I'll put Raiders stuff up for like a week, and Frank's fulfilling his bet.
What a sucker he is, man.
Josh goes, yep, I won the bet.
How about that, Josh? Way to go, buddy. What a sucker he is.
he messaged me on Facebook Messenger, Josh did, and he said, "Hey Sean, how about those Raiders beating the 49ers 24-13?"
I forgot that him and Josh made that bet. I was shocked that the Raiders freaking won, man.
Frank goes, "Hey, my damn name is Frank Sprankle. I hold true to my word."
Your name is not Frank Sprankle. You're the big freaking wind. You're the big wind who blows out smoke out of his mouth, who talks out the other side of his butt, that makes a bet like that and loses.
Josh and Frank and Jeff, I do have a question going back to the games. Which game do you plan on watching the most? I'm going to probably say the game I'll be looking forward to, going back to the NFL, Dallas at Philadelphia.
Well, that's the Sunday night game, right?
That's the Sunday night game on NBC.
Yeah, everybody and their mother's going to watch that game. The New Orleans-Chicago game is the Monday night game, right? That game I probably won't. Well, I might watch it because it's Chicago. I might end up watching a little bit of that game. The Dallas-Philadelphia game I will watch because I have to see Dallas get their ass beat. The San Diego-Denver game, you know damn well I'm watching that game. The Giant-Washington game, I most likely will miss because I will be sleeping. Because that's an early game, correct?
Correct.
Yes, that's a 1 o'clock Eastern. That's a 10 a.m. start from moi. And moi ain't going to be up unless he's been up all night.
The way I look at the Cowboys and the Eagles, Cowboys do what they did last Thursday night. They got a chance to win, but it's going to be very tough for them to win at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia.
You know
they
what?
Know that things haven't been easy for them against the Eagles the last couple of years.
You know what, Sean?
And Frank goes, looking at it from conference, Dallas and Philadelphia has won.
Sean, you know what? I hope it's snowing. I hope it's snowing Sunday so the fans could throw snowballs at the players.
Eagle fans have had a history. Back when they played in the old Veterans Stadium, opposing teams would go there and they would have snowballs throwing at the opposition, and they'd get arrested for doing that.
Okay, I'm looking at my Sunday schedule for my TV, what I'm going to have on my TV for Sunday. I have a Fox game, a 10 a.m. Fox game, which I'm probably going to end up missing, which I really don't want to, but I probably will. I have the Bengals and Browns. I would watch that game if I happened to be up. Okay? Bengals and Browns, and then I get the Chargers-Broncos. Those are the only two games I get on Sunday, except for the Sunday night game, of course. So I won't get to see the Giant game, and I'm hardly ever up anyway. So that's what I get for Sunday. Bengals, Browns, Chargers, Broncos. Not a bad doubleheader. Not a bad doubleheader at all, because the Bengals-Browns game is an important game, and the Chargers-Bronco, very important game. So not a bad. And then I have the Philadelphia-Dallas game after that. So I got 3 good games Sunday to watch. Right?
Josh goes, I'll watch to see the Bengals destroy pretty boy Frank, favorite player Johnny Manziel. And Frank, you have a good point. Chargers and Broncos will be a great one. And I expect this game, when San Diego hosts Denver, to be a really close contest on Sunday.
Well, it depends on what time I get up, depending on what I'm going to watch.
Yes, Frank, Denver is very beatable. They have not impressed me the last few weeks because Manning, this is the time of year when Manning wants to be clutch and he wants to get it done. But you know what? What's going to come down to is when he comes to the postseason and how he steps up.
Hey, Josh, I hope you're right. I can't wait to see Cincinnati. You know what's going to happen Sunday? Cincinnati's going to break Johnny Manziel's leg. That's what's going to happen on Sunday, and then you kiss his career goodbye. That's what's going to happen on Sunday. He's going to be running around like he's been doing. Crack.
And just wait till Skippy would say, oh, yeah, wait until he says crack. Hey, he goes, I believe he'll win.
I don't believe he's going to win.
That is a big mistake by the Cleveland Browns anyway to put Johnny Manziel as the starting quarterback. That's a wrong decision.
Yeah, when you're fighting for a playoff.
The Browns' playoff hopes.
Yeah, when you're fighting for a playoff, you're going to put a rookie quarterback in there? What are you, freaking kidding me, you jackass?
It gives the Bengals a big advantage. And I know that Cincinnati wants revenge against Cleveland because the Browns went in there back in November and beat them 24-3.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah, and then San Francisco and Seattle. That'll be another good one. And, of course, tonight, the Cardinals play tonight's game for Thursday Night Football. I believe I have to take a look and see who they're playing.
Wow, are you kidding me? I'm sitting here looking at an article right now. Wow. Matt Kemp was traded from the Dodgers to the Padres.
Yes, that's another story that we can get to. By the way, Arizona plays St. Louis tonight. That's
Are
who
you
the
kidding
Cardinals
me?
play.
Let's hold off to that till Frank
Okay.
gets here, because I want to hear Frank's opinion on that. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, I saw that today, Jeff, when I got up this morning. I said, oh, Jeff will be shocked about this.
It happened at 3 a.m. local time. 3 a.m. San Diego time. Are you freaking kidding me? Wow.
That was a shock. That was a big surprise. I didn't expect that Matt Kemp would be traded from the Dodgers, but I want to save it until Frank gets here for that. Tonight's game for Thursday Night Football, we'll get to this, though, Jeff. How about this matchup? The Cardinals taking on the Rams tonight. Huge game for the Arizona Cardinals, more than it is for the St. Louis Rams. And remember, the Rams have beaten Seattle, San Francisco, and Denver. Arizona has to take this game seriously because they run into a St. Louis team that has beat some of the best teams this year.
How about that? Arizona has beaten freaking San Francisco. Arizona, right? St. Louis has beaten Arizona, San Francisco, and Denver. Is that crazy?
It's nuts.
Is that freaking nuts or what? That's just unstinking believable. So Arizona better freaking pay attention to St. Louis tonight. Otherwise Arizona is going to be in trouble. And you know what? Arizona might be in trouble because they got a quarterback problem.
Cardinals do have a quarterback problem, but they know perfectly well that they better be ready to fix that quarterback situation because the playoffs, it's a whole new season of win or go home. The question is, can they get a number 1 seed and hold off Green Bay, or can they get the number 2 seed? That's really going to tell what's going to happen the next few weeks for the Arizona Cardinals. And they better be careful. Seattle's creeping right up on them.
Yeah, Seattle's, what are they, 1 game behind them now, right?
That's right. Seattle, of course, has been playing better. Everybody thought, Jeff, that the Seahawks were done, that they're not the same Super Bowl champions. Listen, in football, anything can happen, and they're just 1 game behind the Cardinals. Arizona needs to be ready. And you know what? Tonight's game, I'm taking Arizona against St. Louis. But they better be ready to play because Jeff Fisher knows how to get the top defense in the NFL, the Rams, ready to play some football.
I got to make my pick for tonight's game, too. I'm going to wait till Frank gets here and make my pick. I'm getting smoked in that freaking league, and I don't like it.
Well, here's what Frank says. Rams defense waiting.
Can you take anybody serious that's got an Oakland Raider freaking picture in front of their name? I sure as hell can't take him seriously with that thing there.
Frank is owning up to the bet. That's what it comes down to.
I really can't take him seriously with that picture there. That's disgusting, Frank.
And I got a bet with Josh for the Bruins-Blackhawks game.
Frank, that's just disgusting. During the commercial break, I told our young friend here, Sean, the update man, our co-host, that if he would send me a Patriots picture, that I will put it on my I will put it on my Facebook page like I told him, and I'll put it on my personal Skype, not this show Skype, but my personal Skype.
All right.
Okay, I will do that because I lost my bet, right? So
you did. I got another bet with you tomorrow.
Right, I have to do something for that bet, so, I will do that.
All I hope is I don't have to take down all my gear.
I will take that beautiful picture of me lounging in my freaking chair on the beach off and put a freaking New England Patriot thing in there. Disgusting. Disgusting. Do me a favor. Send me a couple of... I'll just get the Patriots pictures, and I'll make you a quick video, too, I promised you.
Okay.
Disgusting.
Well, you lost to Double-A, and you lost to me.
I'm gonna make a quick 20-second video. I'm gonna put a picture of the New England Patriots up there, and I'm gonna write on it, "They suck." That's going to be the video. And then at the bottom, it's going to say, from your good friend, Sports World Radio.
All right. I got some ideas for Patriot ones. Oh,
Yeah,
Jeff's
I'm
going to
sure
like
you
it.
do. I'm sure you do. Hey, Frank, how many times are you going to say, put up the Minutemen, put up the Minutemen, put up the Minutemen? Get rid of that Oakland Raider thing, man. That's disgusting. That's like a black eye on Sports World Radio's chat page.
All right, I'm going to send Jeff one here. I got one.
Don't send it to me on Skype right now.
I'm sending it to you through Facebook Messenger.
Oh, that's okay. I could do that. Don't send me anything on my Skype because it's on the other computer.
Okay.
That's disgusting. That's really disgusting. Okay, how do I make this my... Oh, I have to save it, huh?
Yeah, there you go. There's that one.
Save image as crap. That's what I'm going to name this. PAT crap.
On that note, we have to run to our second commercial break.
You're listening to Jeff Escal, Shaw Man on
Sports World Radio.
What a bunch of morons.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Millionaires are being made worldwide, all season long at DraftKings.com. America's favorite one-week fantasy football website. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments, so you can play whenever you want. You got a player who's hurt? No problem. Injuries won't derail your shot at victory because it's like a new season every week, so you're never stuck with the same players. Pick your team in minutes, and you could be on your way to winning huge cash payoffs. And just this season alone, one lucky listener turned $10 into $5,000, and another turned $2 into $10,000. Plus, we've been crowning new millionaires virtually every week, all season long at DraftKings.com. So you could be next. What are you waiting for? Imagine winning $1 million in one day just for playing fantasy football at DraftKings. Make sure you log on to DraftKings.com right away and use the promo code Spreaker to play for free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Don't forget to enter Spreaker at DraftKings.com today. You can't win if you don't play. DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Sean Man bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet. Hey, the picture that Sean sent me was a little too big. He screwed up by sending me a too big of a picture. I'll send you another one. No, you won't. You screwed it up. It's up there. I put the Patriots picture on my profile picture page. It's there. You can't even see the whole word Patriots. You screwed it up, Sean. I'm not changing it. It's there.
Oh, it still looks just it looks just fine. I see it right there on Facebook. Oh, it looks really nice.
Oh, shut up. I can't wait for how long do I got to keep that thing on there for?
Remember we agreed to a week on Sunday there, Jeff?
Okay. That's disgusting. Look at all you people. Look at all you people commenting. What the hell's going on here? What are you saying?
Big chubby win at Yahoo. Look, Josh is giving up
Josh
email
likes
addresses.
Josh likes my freaking profile picture. Screw you. And then he's LMFAO Josh puts there. Screw you too, Josh.
At least I didn't have to take my Boston sports gear down.
Hey, do you want to know
I
something?
put that on the line. I would have taken it down and
shut
Jeff
up,
would have been
Sean.
laughing in his chair.
Sean likes my picture. Get the hell out of here. Hey, you want to know something? I like that. Hey, Frank, I like that. Drew Carey Jr. at yahoo.com. I like that.
No.
Big Chubby Wind at yahoo.com. The Big Wind at yahoo.com. Skippy Jr. at yahoo.com. Drew Carey Jr. Hey, those are all really good. You should start making them up, man. Take them before somebody else does.
All right, the next thing we got for our next story is the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour. He came up with some stuff today that was pretty interesting. Get ready.
Oh, my God.
Skippy Bayless. He came out and said this today. He said that LeBron James should play for every single NBA team before he retires.
Skippy Bayless said who should play for every NBA team?
LeBron James.
Skippy Bayless is a moron. I don't get that statement at all.
He would probably say, look what LeBron has done. He's elevating. He's developing. He's becoming the guy that we all expected. He could play for every NBA team.
He can't play for mine.
He goes, oh, you probably would like it, Mr. Esco.
I don't want
actually
him.
Turn the Knicks around.
Okay, listen, let me tell you something first of all there, Skip Bayless. I am a New York Knicks fan. I am not a Carmelo Anthony fan. I am not a Derek Fisher fan. I am not a Phil Jackson fan. I am not a freaking Tim Hardaway Jr. fan. I am not a Patrick Ewing fan. I'm not a John Starks fan. I'm not a Pat Riley fan. I'm not a freaking Dave DeBusschere fan. I'm not an Earl Monroe fan. I'm not a freaking Clyde Frazier fan. I'm not any. You know what I am? I'm a New York Knicks fan. Shove it up your ass.
Skippy Bayless said that the Knicks' only hope, Phil Jackson must coach team since they're 4-20.
Well, first of all, personally, I think Phil Jackson should have coached the first year. Let Derek sit on the bench right behind him, be his right-hand man, and then let Derek take over the second year. That's my personal opinion on it.
Yeah. And here we go. Skippy Bayless came out today. How about this, Frank? This is just for you and for Jeff. Skippy Bayless said that Johnny Manziel is the next Joe Montana.
You're an idiot. Jeff Escal says Skippy Bayless is the next person to get fired from ESPN. See, I could say stupid shit like that too, Skip. You know, I can say stupid moronic stuff too, Skip.
Skippy Bayless said that he's surprised and disappointed that the Knicks already have 20 losses.
I'm not. I knew it was going to happen. See, that's the difference between a real journalist and somebody who thinks he's a journalist. If you paid attention to everything they said last year and been saying this year, we're not going to be good this year. Last year they said we're not going to be good next year. It's not our time. We're not going to. So you, coming into the season, you knew that they weren't going to be good. Now they're going to probably lose Carmelo for a little while. They ain't going to get any better. Freaking morons.
Skippy Bayless said that Charles Barkley can't save the Knicks.
Hey, Skip, you can't even save the Knicks, so knock it off.
He said maybe he should coach the Knicks, but that wouldn't work because the Knicks wouldn't listen to him.
No, I wouldn't listen to him. If you know something, I'm going to make it. If he becomes the coach of the Knicks, I'm leaving as a New York Knicks fan.
I don't see Charles Barkley anyway coaching either.
I'm just saying, if Charles Barkley becomes the coach of the New York Knicks, I'm leaving the New York Knicks. I will not be a New York Knicks fan no more.
Look at what Frank says. Charles Barkley rules.
Charles Barkley is a joke. A joke. Okay?
I'm sure, Frank, you enjoy Inside the NBA on Thursday nights, and you watch what Shaq and Barkley say when they go against each other. Skippy Bayless said that Jason Garrett should be the coach of the year.
I think you're wrong there, dickweed.
He says, how am I wrong? Look at the record to show it. 9-4.
Okay, you want to know second? You want to know something, you freaking moron? How about Arizona's coach? Nobody expected them to do what they're doing, and they got a better record than your coach, you jackass. Huh? Come on. You really want to come at me, Skip? Come on. You're freaking wrong.
Bayless said that First Take is the best
No, it's
NFL
not.
talk show on ESPN.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And just because you're on it don't mean a hill of freaking beans. Just because you're on it don't mean a hill of freaking beans.
Skippy Bayless also came out and said that Larry Bird's legacy is tarnished with being an executive with the Indiana Pacers.
Okay, I hate to tell you something. His legacy with the Boston Celtics doesn't mean a hill of beans with his freaking employment with the Indiana Pacers. You jackass. What a freaking moron you are.
First Take is not an NFL talk show. That's
I
right,
know.
Frank.
I know. How about that? So he shows you how much he knows. He doesn't even know what his own freaking talk show is. Dumbass.
Oh, here we go. Skippy Bayless said that LeBron James would beat Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the Bad Boy Pistons, and Michael Jordan during the 1980s and
No, it wouldn't happen.
1990s.
He couldn't hold their jock. He wouldn't be able to hold their jock strap back then. Okay? Because they would eat him up alive. You know why? He would get beaten up like a little bitch. Because they don't play that way no more in the NBA. The way they played in the 80s, it was freaking beat 'em up time. It was freaking maulin' brawling basketball back then. They don't play that way no more. He would get eaten up alive. He's too soft for that.
Skippy Bayless said that he doesn't like the Cubs signing John Lester.
What's the matter with you? What's the difference? You're not a Cubs fan. Who cares what they do?
He probably would say, hey, look, everybody, the Cubs get John Lester. That's not going to make the Cubs any better because of their starting pitching, and their hitting is a joke.
Well, one thing at a time, Skip. One thing at a time. Let me ask you a question, Skip. Did the Dallas Cowboys all of a sudden become good, or did they have to do it over a couple of years? Done. There's your answer, you moron. Next. See, I could throw it right back on his own team on him, even. See what I'm saying?
Josh and Frank, this is directed toward you for the next Skippy quote. Skippy Bayless came out today, and he said that all Chicago sports will always underachieve.
All Chicago sports will always underachieve. When was the last time the Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup?
That was last year.
Okay, well, that look not looking like they're underachieving, right?
Right.
Chicago Bulls haven't won a championship in a while, right?
Since 1998.
Well, White Sox, what's their deal?
Last time the White Sox won was 2005.
Okay, so they've won. He's a moron. He really is. How do you say something like that? Hey, you know what, Skip? I'm going to make a statement, okay? Just because I can. Just like because you can. And I don't care if it sounds moronic or if it's even the truth. I'm just going to say it because obviously you don't care either. Okay? Skip Bayless is gay. And he doesn't want nobody to know. There, I just made a statement. Do you like that one? That's just an off-the-wall statement because that's what it seems that's what you make, off-the-wall comments that don't really have any validity to them whatsoever. So I'm going to be like you. Skip Bayless is gay.
Frank goes, what? Skip Bayless is gay?
Yeah, he doesn't want nobody to know. You know what? I'm outing Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is gay.
Skippy Bayless came out and said this. Skippy Bayless says he hates the Chicago Bulls and thinks that Derrick Rose is overrated.
Well, I think you're overrated. I hate Skip Bayless, and I think you're overrated. There you go. I just
He goes, how am I overrated? He would say, how am I overrated?
Because the comments you make have no sense whatsoever. No.
And Frank says, dude, if Skip Bayless is not gay, he could sue you for slander.
Bring it on. Bring it on. I don't really care.
Skippy Bayless said that my Arizona Cardinals better win tonight or the St. Louis Rams will be my new team.
Well, cool. Maybe we'll have him call him my St. Louis Rams for a while.
Oh, jeez. And wasn't it just a few days ago, Jeff, that when Josh sent me sent me these Skippy quotes that he said that he was going back on the original deal that he was picking Dallas and Cleveland for the Super Bowl. Now he's involving the Rams? What the heck is up with this
he
guy?
changes his mind more than the woman changes her tampon when she's on her period.
Skippy Bayless said that my Seattle Seahawks will destroy the San Francisco 49ers.
My Seattle Seahawks, my Dallas Cowboys, my New England Patriots, my Arizona Cardinals. Why don't you just put the word "my" in front of every goddamn team? Because it seems that's what you do anyway, which really to me takes your objectivity right out the door when you put the word "my" in front of it. Because you're no longer an objective person. You're talking as a you're not talking as a sports reporter. Let's put it that way. You're talking as a fan instead of a sports reporter. And you're not. You're a sports reporter. You're not supposed to talk as a fan. Hey, let's run to our first update of the day. This update is brought to you by The Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com. Hey, kids, listen. It's Christmas time. The Flipper makes great stocking stuffers. And they got a beautiful sale right now, 2 for 1. Head on over to flipperflipper.com. Never, ever touch your toilet seat ever again to lift it or lower it. Hey, ladies, when the guys go into the bathroom, they always leave the toilet seat up and you got to grab it and put it down. Well, not anymore. Put the flipper on it and flip it up and flip it down. Head on over to flipperflipper.com today. Get your flipper today at flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. Welcome to the first of 2 updates for Sports World Radio. We're 45 minutes after the hour. 2 games on TNT tonight for the NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers at the Oklahoma City Thunder, followed by the Houston Rockets at the Sacramento Kings. In the NHL, there is a lot of games on this Thursday night. The Blackhawks at the Bruins, Flames at the Sabres, Devils at Flyers, Blue Jackets at Capitals, Kings at Senators, Hurricanes at Lightning, Islanders at Blues, Predators at Coyotes, Jets at Avalanche, Wild at Sharks. NFL Thursday night football, it'll be the Arizona Cardinals at St. Louis Cardinals. Major League Baseball, some of the big storylines making news right now. The Red Sox have made some news. After losing out on John Lester a few nights ago, the Red Sox added Rick Porcello from the Detroit Tigers in exchange for Yoenis Cespedes, so Cespedes is a Tiger. Justin Masterson has agreed to a 1-year contract with the Red Sox. The Red Sox also added last night Wade Miley from the Diamondbacks. So the Red Sox making a lot of news. Morales and the Kansas City Royals, they agreed to a 2-year contract. Matt Kemp traded to the San Diego Padres. So the deal is going on. Today is the last day of the winter meetings, but that doesn't mean that a lot more moves could happen. There's still guys like James Shields out there and Max Scherzer, who's asking for $200 million to go play for a top market team. He's asking for a lot of money, and his agent is Scott Boras. That's your first update for Sports World Radio. The update was brought to you by flipperflipper.com. Let's run to a commercial break.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you happen to live in the Central?
If you live in the Central, figure that out for yourself.
I don't know if they can. And if you're in the Mountain, you're shit out of luck, kids. Hey, I changed my picture again, and I like the one that's up there better now than the one I had up there before that Sean sent me. Thanks to our good friend, Browning Bastard. He's the one that sent me that picture. Thank you, buddy. I like that one so much better. So much better. That one, I'm proud to put that one up there. Sean's not going to like it too much, but I'm proud to put that one up there. You don't like that, Sean, do you?
Yeah, well, it's Jeff just having some fun and realizing that it's pretty cool to be able to enjoy the fact that you can enjoy looking at Patriots for a week.
I don't know if I can look at that for a week and post in professional sites that I'm in for my business. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's so professional. We'll see what happens. If I get yelled at, I get yelled at. Oh, well. Wouldn't be the first time I get yelled at. You know? Yeah, I kind of like that one better. It says, New Effin' England. I like it. See, Josh likes it too now. Thank you, buddy. That one came courtesy of Browning Bastard. I don't mind having that one up there. So, Frank's going to go to the game?
Yeah, Frank's going to the game.
Hey, Frank, I hope you freeze your ass off. Literally. I hope it just falls right off. Just falls right off. Who they playing?
Let's see. The Bears are playing.
Oh, they're playing Monday night.
They're
playing New Orleans Monday night, the Saints.
That's right.
He's going to a Monday night game. Hey, Frank, you know what? You should make a sign that says, Sports World Radio loves Monday Night Football, and walk around the stadium with it. SportsWorldRadio.com loves Monday Night Football. Come on, you jackass. You're going to the game. Get some freaking publicity going.
I got more Skippy Bayless for you, Jeff.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Here's what he said. Skippy Bayless said that the betting line versus Cincinnati swung 2.5 points. Huge when Manziel named starter. Validates my point. He should have started game 1.
I'm laughing at what Josh posted on Facebook.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I saw it. I know
he
he's
said,
kidding.
at least it's not 16 million chin picture.
Well, remember, Jeff, you and I have a bet going on for tomorrow between the Celtics and the Knicks. You might be able to get revenge against me.
I know. What do you do when you lose tomorrow?
Well, here's the way I look at it. I got 2 bets. Okay, Bruins are playing the Blackhawks tonight. I got a bet with Josh Lopez on that game. I win the bet. Josh has got to look at Bruins stuff for a week. I lose. I have to take all my Bruins stuff down and look at Blackhawks mess for a week.
Excellent.
Ugh.
You gotta like that, don't you?
And then if I lose to you, I have to look at Knicks stuff for, like, what were we saying, 2 weeks?
2 weeks?
Or was it a week? I think you said 2
know.
weeks.
I don't freaking know.
I think you said 2 weeks, Jeff.
I don't remember.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, if I remember correctly, that bet between the Patriots and Chargers was a bet for 2 weeks. I remember from that Thursday show, we bet on that, and even on NFL Real Talk. So, Jeff, you got to look at the Patriots thing for 2 weeks.
If you think I'm looking at that thing for 2 weeks, you're smoking some seriously good dope. You're lucky I have it on there now. You know that, right?
Right.
All right, so just sit there and be quiet.
Oh, so I'll say that Jeff probably says I'll go only a week. All right.
I'll go as long as I can stand looking at it. Till I can't stand it. Well, I'll put it on Twitter for 2 weeks. I'm not going on Twitter. I tell you that right now. Not going nowhere near Twitter.
How about Skippy saying that Johnny Manziel, Jeff said he said this. He goes, Johnny Manziel should have started game 1 because he's a future quarterback and he knows that he'll be good for years to come.
I can't wait to see what happens when Johnny Manziel goes down and out for the rest of the year. I can't wait to see what he's going to say because I'm going to turn around and say, I told you so. That's what I'm going to do. Exactly what I'm going to do.
Skippy will probably be like, oh, shut up, you people. I just wasn't wrong on my prediction.
You were always wrong. That's the problem. You're always wrong.
Skippy Bayless came out and also said something about LeBron James. Skippy said that LeBron has the best offensive game of year. Big free throws, last-minute 3 is Cavs' own offensive glass. Late, overcome Raptors. Cavs figuring it out, folks.
Shut up, Skippy. It's the beginning of the freaking season. Relax there, dude, will ya?
He says 8 straight wins. What do you say about that?
I don't care. Still plenty of games to go. It's over 50 games to go there, Skippy. Relax.
Skippy Bayless came out and said that Charles Barkley is a better athlete than Kevin Durant.
You're an idiot, man. See, you make stupid comments like that. That don't make any sense at all. How does ESPN allow you to do that? You should be fired for stupid crap like that. You know? Skippy's going to be at Philadelphia Sunday night at the Philadelphia-Dallas game in Jerry Jones's booth up there, sitting next to Jerry Jones.
Skippy Bayless said that the Golden State Warriors don't impress him.
Don't impress him? What are they, 19-2?
Yeah, they're playing good basketball.
Oh, yeah,
that's
not impressive. You're a jackass. That's not impressive. With a new coach to boot, you jackass.
Skippy Bayless said that Tony Romo will make Mark Sanchez look like a joke.
You better hope so, because if it doesn't and he makes Romo look like a joke, I'm going to turn around and eat you up for dinner. So you better hope so.
Skippy Bayless said that he and Stephen A. Smith are the best columnists on ESPN.
Stephen A. maybe, but not you, because you just say stupid crap to get people all riled up that don't mean anything. You just make stupid remarks that don't have any meaning whatsoever, that you can't back up with any facts whatsoever. And I'll give you an example. Saying that Jason Garrett is a better head coach than Don Shula, where are your facts for that? Because there are no facts stating that. The facts go the other way.
Shula actually won a lot of playoff games in his coaching career.
So I don't get that. You know what I mean? He says things without facts. And I can't believe that ESPN allows him to make comments like that without facts. That's what's the word I'm looking for?
Mm-hmm.
That's irresponsible journalism. And I can't believe that ESPN is allowing the irresponsible journalism to go on their air.
Jeff knows that if he was there, I know how you are about the if theory, Jeff was there, he would have Skippy Bayless fired easily in a second.
Yeah, I just don't get it how ESPN can allow Skip Bayless to make comments like that that are not factual and have no validity to them whatsoever. I don't get it.
Exactly, Frank. What? Jason Garrett is a better coach than Don Shula? What's he smoking?
I've been saying that for years, and he's been saying he said that that Tony Romo is a better quarterback than Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman. Well, show me the facts that prove that.
One playoff win while Aikman won 3 Super Bowls and Roger Staubach won 2 Super Bowls.
Show me the facts that prove that. Show me the facts that prove that Jason Garrett is a better quarterback than Bill Parcells. Show me the facts.
Skippy Bayless said that my Boston Red Sox will beat the San Francisco Giants.
What, in an exhibition game? The season's over, you jackass, and they lost to him.
I don't even want to think about that when the season starts, Skippy. Skippy
dummy.
Bayless said that my Kansas City Royals better be worried about my Chicago White Sox. Now all of a sudden he's flipping to baseball. How
Yeah,
about
I know.
that?
Now all of a sudden they're your Kansas City Royals?
He wasn't saying that throughout the season, but he
Exactly.
certainly was saying that a lot during the World Series and the playoffs this year.
Exactly. Hey, we're going to run to our top of the hour break. You listen to Jeff Escott. Oh, my God, I don't have nothing in there. How about that? Give me another Skippy while I'm loading the commercials in.
Okay, Skippy Bayless said that J.R. Smith is the best New York Knicks player of all time.
No, are you freaking crazy? Holy, now I know you're freaking nuts. I can name 5 Knicks ahead of him. I can name 8 Knicks better than him. How about that, Skip? Can you do that? No, I can. I can name 8 Knicks that are better than him. Right off the top of my head. If you really want me to, I will. J.R. Smith is the best Knick ever. What are you, crazy? Get the hell out of here. Now we're going to run to our top of the hour commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escott and Shawn Man on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
Which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escott, Shawn Man, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Now joining us like he does each and every Tuesday and Thursday in the second hour of the show, our good friend, the Big Wind, Frank Sprankle. What's going on, buddy?
The gale force has landed for yet another Thursday.
Hey, Jeff and Frank, welcome. Frank, good to see you. But Jeff, I'm sorry, Frank, I got a little bit more for Skippy quotes that Josh sent.
Oh, that's okay, dude. I love it. I love the Skippy bashing. Look, count me in on it.
All right, get ready for this. Skippy Bayless came out today and said that Chicago sports will never win another championship in professional sports in all leagues.
Okay, let me. Is he saying that until the end of time, eternity?
Yeah.
Dude, I want Skip Bayless to personally come to Chicago. I want him to come to my city, and I want to take him to a Blackhawk game, and I want to see I want to show him the Stanley Cup champions for the 2014-15 season.
Here's what he'll say. He goes, "My experience with going at a Blackhawks game, what a boring event. I want to watch my Boston Bruins or my hockey team this other than the Blackhawks."
His Boston Bruins. Hey, let me tell you this. The one thing I do like about a Bruins game, and Sean, you can definitely speak high volume to this, Renee Rencourt. Anytime I hear Renee Rencourt perform the national anthem, that is one of the best renditions of the anthem in all of the NHL.
I'm getting ready to. Yeah, I know. And the Bruins play the Blackhawks. I got to bet with Josh about this. I don't.
Yeah, I'm missing Renee Rencourt doing the show.
All right, how about this one? Skippy Bayless came out. I know. Skippy Bayless came out and said this. He said that Matt Kemp going to the Padres doesn't change the fact that the Padres still suck.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Their front office doesn't suck, because for them to go after Kemp, my goodness, it's going to take a little more than Matt Kemp, I will admit, but it's better. It's a huge upgrade from Cameron Maben.
Jeff, what do you say about that? Skippy's saying the Padres naturally suck anyway with getting Matt Kemp.
Yeah, now it's your city, Jeff.
I don't know where Jeff. Well, we continue on. Skippy Bayless.
I'm here. My mic was down. I didn't want you to hear me typing, so I turned my mic down.
All right, now, Jeff, you heard what Sean read in terms of Skippy Bayless here. Skip Bayless is now insulting the city you reside in, San Diego, California.
Ooh.
He better not show his face here, because I'll find his little puny ass.
Dude, see, you know where Skip's going to be Sunday? He's going to be in two cities. He's going to start off his day in Cleveland, and then he's going to fly off to Philadelphia.
Why, so he can suck multiple cocks at the same time?
Whoa.
Because that's what he's going to be doing when he goes to Cleveland and then he goes to Philadelphia hanging out with Jerry Jones.
Wait, don't forget about Jason Garrett, too.
Jerry Jones more than Jason Garrett.
Get ready for this one. Skippy Bayless said on First Take that he loves Jerry Jones' style of running an organization.
Let's see. Don't you need a general manager, a vice president of football operations? Wouldn't that help?
Remember last year, Frank, in October when Jerry Jones came out and Jeff just blew up on the air about this? Jerry Jones came out and says, "I think I'm doing a great job as president and owner and even general manager of the Dallas Cowboys."
Whoa. I'm going to paraphrase Chris Jericho. Would you please shut the hell up? After all, your team has been one and done the last how many times? 3 years in Week 17. They have not been to the playoffs in the last 3 years. They have had the opportunity. They have knocked on the postseason doorstep. And what has happened? They have been eliminated by the Giants, the Redskins, and by the Eagles, respectively.
Yeah. And your point is?
And wait. And that gives Skip Bayless and he can say whatever he wants, but Jerry Jones considers himself to be the best individual when it comes to running an NFL team.
No, he says he's doing a great job as general manager.
He's not. No, he's not. If he was doing a great job as general manager, he wouldn't have been 8-8 the last 5 years. Or the last 3 years, I'm sorry.
Last 3 years,
last
and of
3
course
years,
they're 9-4. He would probably say this: "Hey, Jeff and Frank and Sean, how about them having a winning season now? They're 9-4. What do you say about that?"
Well, if they lose the last 3 games, they're going to be 9-7. It's only one game away from being 8-8, jackasses.
And and here's another thing too: will 9-7 guarantee the Dallas Cowboys the right to go to the playoffs?
No.
Exactly.
No. Definitely not. Not in that freaking NFC. Not in that NFC league. Definitely
Let me
not.
ask you: is Tony Romo the current Captain America?
Not as far as I'm
close.
concerned.
Bingo.
Skippy Bayless said that Johnny Manziel should be Rookie of the Year.
Did he really say that? Where?
Yeah.
Of course
that,
he did.
That I can't. That's now even going. That's going off the deep end.
Of course he did, because he loves Johnny Manziel so much.
Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, he rushes for 1 touchdown. I will admit that was an impressive play on the part of Manziel. But did he see Manziel fumble his own snap in Buffalo? Remember, he fumbled his own snap.
Yeah.
Does that constitute Rookie of the Year?
No.
I've rest my case.
Skippy Bayless saying he should be Rookie of the Year. Good grief. Yeah, and Frank would be like, oh, I'd like to see a debate between Eskow and Bayless. I know Eskow's just itching to take him on.
I will say this, as far as Manziel is concerned, how much do you want to bet the Bengals defense are probably right now discussing bounties?
Yeah.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah, dude, with the flash of cash, the finger gesture, Manziel who he is, now that Manziel's time is here.
I hate when he does
guess what?
that.
This is where defense. Dude, I think the Saints defense a few years ago had bounties due. Every team that faces Manziel is going to have some sort of bounties on him.
I hate when he does that.
What, the flash of cash?
Yeah,
dude,
I hate
that's
that.
just asking for trouble.
I hate that, and you know what? I hope he gets hurt for doing it.
Look, I'm going to say this. Manziel in college, look, terrific player, but the question is, can he adapt to the NFL?
No.
Can he adapt to the speed, the size, the playbook?
No.
We'll find out.
No. He's not fast enough. No. He's too small. He's a running quarterback, not a throwing quarterback. No. He's going to get hurt when he runs, and that's going to be the best.
Josh and I have a little question here for you, Frank. What's with your obsession and love for Charles Barkley? Give me a break.
Oh, dude, Charles Barkley makes inside the NBA worth watching.
He's
First
a
of all,
joke.
okay, as far as athletic ability, I will say this. Kevin
a
Durant
joke.
is more athletic. The players today, more athletic than somebody from Charles Barkley's era.
He's a
However,
joke.
Charles Barkley played the game, no hose, no nonsense, no take prisoners, and on top of that, do you hear the way he comments on Inside the NBA? Look, you can agree or disagree, but Charles Barkley is going to have the impression every time he goes on Inside the NBA, or if he's given an interview, I'm going to say whatever I want, and if you don't like it, that's just too damn bad.
He's a joke.
Dude, I love that mentality.
He's a joke, and he's bringing the NBA down with him. He's a joke.
Wait, how's he bringing the NBA down?
He's making their product on TNT an inferior product. He's a joke.
Dude, Charles Barkley.
He's a joke.
When you see the fourth shot of everybody, I want to hear what Charles Barkley has to say next.
I turn the channel when he talks. He's a joke. He is a joke.
Hey, your opinion, but I love the way Charles Barkley commentates because you know what? And I don't agree with everything Barkley says. I'll come out and say it. I do not agree with everything Barkley says. I don't agree with everything you guys say. But I'll say this. The fact that Charles Barkley speaks his mind in his way, I love it.
He's a joke and a half.
And make him a head coach. Even Skippy saying he should be a head coach of an NBA team. Get the heck out of here.
I don't think that's the case.
He's a
All
joke
right,
and a half.
the next story we get to, let's talk about this game, Mr. Frank. What do you think of this game for tonight? The Cardinals at the Rams. Jeff and Frank, this should be a big one for Arizona. They know they have to win this game, be 2 up on Seattle. Otherwise, they will need to hope and pray San Francisco beats Seattle.
Well, Mr. Sean, let's talk about this game tonight. And I got to tell you, the St. Louis Rams may not be going to the playoffs this year, but they are definitely building some momentum for 2015. You should see the way this defense is playing. Now, I know the last 2 opponents have been mediocre. The Oakland Raiders, I know, say what you want about the fact that I have posted the Raider logo, but the Raiders, look, talent-wise, they've struggled. The Washington Redskins, a team that is in absolute turmoil, probably the most turmoil team right now in the NFL. Well, I don't know. It's either them or the San Francisco 49ers. Flip a coin. But the St. Louis Rams, pardon me. The Rams defense, they have been clicking. Now, I don't expect a third straight shutout, but I do expect the Rams to win this game tonight. I think it's going to be a close one. The Rams are at home. The defense is clicking. I got to go with the Rams.
You're going with the Rams? Why?
I'm going with the Rams because I feel confident of the way they have played the last few weeks, especially on defense. They are coming up strong on defense. They are starting to put it together. And here's another thing, too. Sure, the Cardinals, they did win at home against the Chiefs on Sunday, but they have had trouble winning over the last few weeks overall. They go into Atlanta, a team that has been pretty mediocre themselves, and they lose there. As far as the Cardinals are concerned, I don't think they can win tonight.
Because of their quarterback situation?
That is part of it. If you take a look at Carson Palmer, they were winning games. You have Stanton out there. You have Drew Stanton, but the question is Stanton going to be the guy that's going to lead you to a divisional title or at least a playoff spot? We're going to have to wait and see. I think it's going to be interesting. I think the Cardinals are going to give it all they can, but in the end, the Rams are going to have the tougher fight here.
Jeff, your thoughts on tonight's game? Who are you taking between Arizona, St. Louis?
I happen to agree with everything Frank said. I'm taking St. Louis.
Tough for me. I'm going to go the opposite and take the Arizona Cardinals in this game. Although I know Arizona's dealing with the St. Louis team that realizes that in a couple years you could see the Rams be a really tough football team to play in the next couple years. It's been a long time since they've been so good.
I mean, well, they've
since
beaten
the Kurt Warner days.
They beat
Where are they
all
going to
the
be playing,
good
guys?
teams.
Here's a question. Where are they going to be playing next year? Will they be in St. Louis, or will they be returning to their original destination of 20 years ago, and that's Los Angeles?
I hate to tell you something. I'm going to say it, and I hate to say it, but
You can say whatever you want.
The Chargers have a game on Sunday at home. It could very well be their last home game in San Diego.
You know what? If you watch the NBC Sunday night broadcast, that was actually discussed because there's conversation right now of 3 teams that could be relocating to Los Angeles. We've already mentioned 2. The other one is the team that I've posted the logo of. The question is, what about the Raiders? Now, as far as the Rams go, they do play in a more modern stadium as opposed to whatever it's called now, but formerly, I always will know it as the Oakland Alameda Coliseum, or the stadium formerly known as Jack Murphy Stadium. You're talking about stadiums, Jeff, that opened in the late 1960s, for goodness sake.
Yeah, the Jack Murphy Stadium, which is known as Qualcomm now, is older than freaking Sean and Josh.
First of all, it's older than me. No, actually, it's younger than me. But let me say this. I will always know it as the Murph.
Yeah, me too.
And that's one of a few facilities that have hosted both a Super Bowl and a World Series. They've hosted multiple Super Bowls and multiple World Series, but could you name the other facilities that have hosted at least one Super Bowl and one World Series?
One Super Bowl and one
I'll tell you what,
Series.
it's a good trivia question. I can tell you the answer.
Minnesota.
Bingo. They've hosted 2 World Series and 1 Super Bowl.
I'm that good.
That's okay. That's all right.
I'm that good, Skip. No paperwork in front of me right off the top of my head.
Can you name the other 2?
I didn't need nobody to freaking do it in my ear, Skip.
And on that note, oh, wow, Jeff, we're a few minutes behind. We got to go to commercial.
We are. You're talking with Jeff Escow, Shaw Man, Frank Spankel on
Sports World Radio.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear. And do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, and Frank Sprankle bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Okay, so before we went to break, Frank spewed out a trivia question, and while we were on hold waiting to come back, I got 3 of the 4, didn't I, Frank?
Obviously, and you should be aware that San Diego is one of the stadiums that has hosted its share of one World Series and 1 Super Bowl. In the case of San Diego, it's been 2 World Series and 3 Super Bowls.
Right. San Diego was 1, Minnesota was 1, and Joe Robbie Stadium was 1.
Right. Well, the former Metrodome.
Correct.
That's been torn down.
Right. Former Metrodome. I can't get the 4th one.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. It is still standing.
Still standing, so that means it's old.
It is still standing.
Wow. I can't get the 4th one. I got the 3 others, but I couldn't get the 4th.
I can give you one hint. An NFL or a Major League Baseball team does not occupy it anymore.
Oakland?
Nope. In a way, you're warm.
Sean, no help from the peanut gallery today?
No, I can't think of it.
That's because you're too freaking young.
Look, I don't expect you guys to get it.
Why not?
Because it's very hard. You wouldn't think of this as being a baseball facility, but it was.
Really? Okay, give it to me.
The Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, where the Dodgers the Dodgers, after they left Brooklyn following the 1957 season, they played there from 1958 to 1961, and they were in that facility when they won the 1959 White Sox, or when they won the World Series in 1959 over the White Sox. And remember, Super Bowls 1 and 7 were played there.
Oh, that's cheating.
What do you mean it's cheating?
I would
You
have
didn't
never
look
got.
at a cheat sheet, did you there, Frank?
I would have never gotten that.
I knew it. No, I didn't. I knew that off the top of my head.
I would have never gotten that.
I told you it was very difficult. The Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
I would have never gotten that.
But here's why you probably wouldn't have gotten it. Because you thought that the Dodgers played at Dodgers Stadium going back to their existence in Los Angeles since 1958. Well, they did play in the LA Coliseum to bridge the gap from the time they moved from Brooklyn to the time Dodger Stadium was built in 1962. They only played there for 4 seasons. Dodger Stadium hosted baseball for 4 seasons.
Okay.
And 1959 was a pennant-winning year and a World Series winning year for the Dodgers. So the LA Memorial Coliseum has hosted a Super Bowl, and in this case, 2 Super Bowls and 1 World Series.
Wow.
Tough one. I told you that was a tough one.
You got us there too, Frank.
That's
all right,
all right.
The next story that we get to, we move to Major League Baseball. Lots of things going on for the winter meetings. We start off, Frank, I've been wanting to discuss this with you for a long time. The mood in Chicago after the news came that John Lester signed a 6-year deal worth $155 million. That has to make you a very happy Cubs fan.
Ooh, does it? 6 years, $155 million. That is the richest contract in Chicago Cub history. And on top of that, we're only going to see John Lester once in every 5 games. Now, is he overpaid here? I think he may be a little overpaid based on the fact that he only pitches once every 5 days here. But John Lester is a big acquisition for the Cubs. And the fact is, I said this last year after he was traded to Oakland for the stretch run for the A's, that I thought it was just a rent-a-player in the case of the Boston Red Sox, that John Lester, he was a free agent at the end of the season. He would return to the Boston Red Sox potentially of what was going to happen in Oakland. Sure enough, they went to the wild card game, lost to the American League champion Kansas City Royals. But the fact that John Lester has signed with the Chicago Cubs tells me a couple things here. One, John Lester realizes that the Chicago Cubs are the quickest option right now when it comes to winning another World Series, and he's been part of 2 World Series champions with the Boston Red Sox. Another thing it tells me, if you take a look at the young talent, not to mention with Joe Madden hiring him as manager, many people could have not pictured that when the season came to an end. And now you have Lester added to the mix. That is telling the baseball world that the Chicago Cubs are ready to be serious contenders. No joke about it.
Are they the team to beat in the National League, Jeff and Frank?
I don't think so.
Go ahead.
I don't think so. I really don't.
I think that as far as the Cubs being a contender, I don't think they're quite the contender in the National League yet. Because
I don't
you
think
still
so.
have...
Yeah, I
They
don't
will
think
be.
so.
I mean, they have put some bit of pieces here. Let me say this about the Cubs, too. You got to take a look at the fact that they signed Jason Hamill. He was with the Cubs last year. He goes to Oakland in the Samardzija trade. Miguel Montero, they were able to acquire him from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now you got a catcher behind the catcher that you're looking for, a veteran catcher. I said this all along. The Cubs do need a veteran catcher for leadership, and you're hoping that Montero will bring it to you, because I've said this about the number 2 position, the catcher. It is always the manager on the field. And what these young Cubs, particularly the guys that are up now, your Anthony Rizzo's at first base. The question is, who's going to be at second or short? Short's going to be in the middle infield. Is it going to be Baez at short? Is it going to be Starlin Castro at short? What's it going to be? And you also have Chris Bryant coming up. He is not ready yet. I mean, the question is, will he be ready come opening day? He's going to be projectively the everyday third baseman for the Cubs. You got a serious youth movement as far as this ball club, and that's where you need leadership.
Correct.
Yeah, there's a lot of decisions that the Cubs have to make, but, Theo Epstein, with his experience, with what he did with Boston, you got to remember that when he came there, he realized it was going to take time to make the Cubs a legitimate contender. Remember, the farthest they have not been, of course, was the 2003 American National League Championship Series, and we all know how that ended. But the Cubs have been the team that's been in rebuilding mode. Remember, in 2008, the Cubs went and had the best record. I think they're like 162, only to get swept and knocked out by the LA Dodgers in the postseason. Lost and got swept by the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2007. So I know Cub fans are itching for a championship to be there in a very, very long time. And the question is, Josh also says, add the White Sox perspective, Frank. I mean, they made a lot of changes too, and I would agree.
Yes, they have. And not only that, if you look at the White Sox, they boast their pitching, not only the starting staff with acquiring Jeff Samardzija from the Oakland A's, but they have also added David Robertson, who has been a pretty solid closer with the New York Yankees, at least last year in the post-Mariano Rivera era. You got to take a look at Robertson. The guy had 38 saves last year. Now, for the White Sox, they're pretty stacked with the rotation. Of course, they've added Adam LaRoche. They've added a bat. The White Sox, this is going to be very interesting times as far as Chicago baseball goes. And on top of that, Josh, based on the fact that the National League Central plays the American League Central in interleague play next year, we don't get to see the Cubs and White Sox 4 times. We get to see them 6 times, 3 at the Cell and 3 at Wrigley.
Oh, God.
You think it's possible that the White Sox and the Cubs possibly match up in the Fall Classic next year?
Sean, that has been a dream of mine ever since the moment I took my first breath. It literally has. And you know what? I want to see the Cubs win a World Series. No question about it. I would love to see the Cubs beat anybody to get that World Series. But I'm going to be honest with you. Once before I leave this earth, I want to see a Cubs-White Sox World Series. It has happened once. I highly doubt there's anybody alive that remembers it from 1906. But before I leave this earth, 1906 they met in the World Series. The White Sox defeated the Cubs in the 1906 World Series.
Josh says, same here, buddy. It's going to happen one day.
I want to see a Cubs win the World Series. I want to see the Cubs, number one, win the World Series. And number two, the Cubs and the White Sox playing in a World Series with the first game at Wrigley and with the Cubs sweeping away the White Sox at the Cell.
We'll see what ends up happening there for the Cubs, a team that's trying to make their team better. Now, other news to report for Major League Baseball, the San Diego Padres made a big deal there, Frank, acquiring and getting Matt Kemp from the LA Dodgers. Jeff, I know that makes you
shocked.
Shocked about that a little bit.
Totally shocked about that.
So was I. I had to do a double. My eyes were like, what? What is this? So Matt Kemp, you're going to trade Matt Kemp within your division, not much your league?
What does that move do for the Padres? Does that make them a team that compete for the NL West?
Well, do you know who they traded Kemp for? They traded Kemp for Yasmani Grandal and a pair of pitching prospects. And they also sent the Padres $30 million to help them offset the cost of the remaining 5-year $107 million on Kemp's 8-year $160 million. So they gave him Kemp and Tim Fredericks and $30 million.
Well, go back 4 years ago, or I should say go back 4 seasons ago. Go back to 2011. Matt Kemp was one of the most productive hitters baseball had. He was driving in 126 RBIs, 39 homers. He scored 115 runs. The numbers have kind of trickled down. If you take a look at Kemp, though, he did hit 287 last year. He hit 25 homers, not bad. He did drive in, he drove in 89 runs. That's not bad either. I think the Padres got a solid player here.
He's 30 years old, though.
I'm not going to say 30's old for baseball. 30's where, I'll say this. At the age of 30, you should be in your prime.
Well, he hasn't been playing very good lately, has he?
On that note, let's run to our second update today, right, Jeff?
Yes, this update is brought to you by the Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your Flipper today. Never ever touch your toilet seat ever again to lift it or lower it. Use the Flipper instead. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your Flipper today. They make great stocking stuffers. Check it out at flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the last update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. 31 minutes after the hour on the 11th of December, 2014. In the NFL, game on NFL Network tonight, it'll be the Arizona Cardinals traveling to St. Louis to take on the Rams. In Major League Baseball, since we're talking about it right now, let's get everybody caught up on what's going on. The Red Sox added Rick Porcello from the Detroit Tigers in exchange for Yoenis Cespedes, and Justin Masterson signed a 1-year contract with the Red Sox. The Red Sox are also looking at possibly acquiring, it's a possibility, they may acquire James Shields. Max Scherzer, who knows where he will end up? Reports are that Max Scherzer wants an 8-year contract worth $200 million. Other news to report from Major League Baseball, and that is going back to the Red Sox. They made the move and brought in Wade Miley. The Philadelphia Phillies traded shortstop Jimmy Rollins to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Henry Morales has agreed to a 2-year contract with the Kansas City Royals. So lots of news and lots of big things going on from the winter meetings down in San Diego. It is the final day, by the way, for winter meetings, but still a lot of off-season left. We're not even close to spring training. In the National Basketball Association, 2 games on TNT, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific. The Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. The other game on TNT, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time, the Houston Rockets at the Sacramento Kings. In the NHL, there are lots of hockey games going on right now. First period game on the NHL Network. The Chicago Blackhawks got a goal in the first period. They lead the Bruins by a score of 1-0. Flames at the Sabres. That game is 0-0. Flyers have a 2-0 lead against the New Jersey Devils. The Washington Capitals lead the Columbus Blue Jackets 1-0. Other action that for hockey games that'll be starting here pretty soon. You got the Kings taking on the Ottawa Senators, the Hurricanes at the Lightning, Islanders at the Blues, Predators at the Coyotes, Jets at the Avalanche, and Wild taking on the Sharks. That's the final update for Sports World Radio on this Thursday. Update with by flipper.com. Let's run to a commercial break.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Millionaires are being made worldwide, all season long at DraftKings.com. America's favorite one-week fantasy football website. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments, so you can play whenever you want. You got a player who's hurt? No problem. Injuries won't derail your shot at victory because it's like a new season every week, so you're never stuck with the same players. Pick your team in minutes, and you could be on your way to winning huge cash payoffs. And just this season alone, one lucky listener turned $10 into $5,000, and another turned $2 into $10,000. Plus, we've been crowning new millionaires virtually every week, all season long at DraftKings.com. So you could be next. What are you waiting for? Imagine winning $1 million in one day just for playing fantasy football at DraftKings. Make sure you log on to DraftKings.com right away and use the promo code Spreaker to play for free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Don't forget to enter Spreaker at DraftKings.com today. You can't win if you don't play. DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escar, Sean Mann, and Frank Sprankle, who joins us each and every Tuesday and Thursday in the second hour of our show to talk sports with us. All right, boys and girls, what's next?
All right, the next story that we got here for Major League Baseball, we stay with it. The Boston Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers made news this morning. Big news came. Rick Porcello has been traded to the Red Sox, which means the Tigers will get Yoenis Cespedes. Gentlemen, your thoughts on this transaction?
Well, I think it's a move that's going to benefit both ball clubs. Obviously, we're talking about Rick Porcello in terms of what your favorite team, Sean, the Boston Red Sox, are going to get. You got to imagine, too, this was also a plan B in trying to find a quality pitcher since John Lester yesterday morning announced he was going to be with the Cubs. There's no question about it. People were thinking, okay, John Lester's going to the Cubs. It's the Red Sox loss here. What is plan B with the Boston Red Sox? And Rick Porcello had a pretty decent year last year. As a matter of fact, there are many people that thought he should have been on the All-Star team at the midway point of the season.
Yeah, I'm looking at his stats right now, Jeff and Frank. 15-13 Rick Porcello is, and this is a good trade. Why did the Red Sox have to do this? Quite frankly, they had to give up an outfielder, and I really kind of felt bad they gave up Cespedes, but they had to. They realized that they need to go after starting pitching. Now, for the Tigers, this is, like you said, this is a win for them.
Oh, huge!
Because Detroit gets a big bat in their lineup, and that's big for them to hopefully try to win the American League Central again next year.
You get more power added with Miguel Cabrera in that lineup. Wow. But then again, haven't we been down this road before with Prince Fielder?
Here's the thing.
That didn't last long. How will we know, Sean, this will last?
Well, here's the thing, Jeff and Frank. The big objective for the Tigers was they lost Torrey Hunter. Torrey Hunter was supposed to maybe possibly go back with Detroit, but Torrey Hunter realized he signs a 1-year contract with the Minnesota Twins.
And that's where he's going to end his career probably now.
So Dave Dombrowski says, you know what, we got to go out there and find a good outfielder. And then, of course, there had been a lot of rumors throughout the last few weeks that the Red Sox and the Tigers would be talking during the winter meetings. Jeff, what's your thoughts on this big trade between the Red Sox and the Tigers? Porcello going to Boston and Yoenis Cespedes going to the Motor City, Detroit.
Yeah, very interesting, Jeff. Very interesting.
I think Detroit got the better deal.
I will agree there. I will because of the power.
Yeah.
And besides, this has come back to bite. This is not what the Red Sox wanted. They wanted John Lester. So in the end, they had to give up their prize from last year that they thought was going to be. Hey, listen, didn't you, Sean, let me ask you this. Didn't the Red Sox think, okay, we can sacrifice Lester to the A's, we'll get Cespedes in the lineup, but there's a good chance, and we believe Lester will sign with us come the 2015 season.
Correct.
There was, I remember there was talk of Lester saying that. John Lester was saying that he said he'd welcome the idea of coming back to Boston. And another thing that really hurt the Red Sox the most when you look at this situation with Lester, it was also because he rejected a offer back in March. Larry Lucchino stepped up with the offer of offering him a 4-year extension worth $70 million. That did not happen because Lester wanted more money. So he decided, and it was a tough choice for him. He even said this was a difficult decision, but of course he goes to Chicago. The Red Sox, sure, I was disappointed like a number of other Red Sox fans, but they have to go on. And so, I've been impressed with the moves. They get Porcello. They added Justin Masterson. They were able to get, how about this guy, Wade Miley from the Arizona Diamondbacks. I don't know a lot about him, Frank. Hopefully he can be a guy that can win some ball games for the Red Sox and pitch well.
Well, they're stacking up on the pitching, and also you mentioned Justin Masterson, who initially was with the Boston Red Sox before going to the Cleveland Indians. He is back with a 1-year deal. It should be very interesting to see what the Red Sox can do, although now you lose Cespedes. The question is, how good – let me ask you this, Sean. How good do you think on paper your favorite team, the Boston Red Sox, will be in 2015? Or let me ask you this. Are they going to be contenders or pretenders come the trading deadline? Buyers or sellers?
I'm going to say they're going to be contenders next year because they've got a lot of depth with their hitting. I know the loss of Cespedes could hurt. A lot of people are pretty sad for Red Sox fans that they lost out on Cespedes, but they had to make the choice. They realized there were plenty of options they can move and stuff for outfielders. And, of course, starting pitching is what they needed. Now, other news comes, too. How about this? The Dodgers today made some news. They acquired Howie Kendrick from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So he's going up from Anaheim all the way up to L.A.
That's not a far
Jeff
trek.
and Frank, what's your on that trade, on that deal?
That's not a far trek going from Anaheim to L.A. It's like a 20-minute drive.
Yeah, 20, 40-minute drive. I've been there before.
So it can be 2 hours. Hold on. It can be 2 hours on I-5.
Sure. But
the LA freeway, LA is the worst
but think of it,
city in America.
Yeah, but think of it this way, boys. He didn't have to move his house. He can live in the same house. He didn't have to move.
Now I have a question.
That's right.
Now I have a question for both of you gentlemen. On paper, how good do the Los Angeles Dodgers look?
Well, let's also understand this too. Didn't they sign Jimmy Rollins? Or didn't they trade for Jimmy Rollins?
They got Jimmy Rollins.
So now you got a shortstop in Rollins. You got a Kendrick. You got Kendrick at second, and not to mention too, they also got Brandon McCarthy. So they're trying to add some pitching depth. The Dodgers. Here's the thing. I think the Dodgers are in dire need of making it to the World Series because haven't the last 2 years we've been talking about the Los Angeles Dodgers being in the World Series? They have played well in the regular season the last couple of seasons, but they lose to the Braves in the divisional series, and what happens? They lose to the Cardinals in the divisional series.
Here's the thing. They've always had trouble. It's like I'm looking at their record. This year they were 94-68, the Dodgers were. They made it to the playoffs, and they lost in 4 games. I know, Jeff, you were very happy about that back in October when the Dodgers got knocked out of the playoffs by St. Louis. But your thoughts, Jeff, just how good will the Dodgers be next year?
Well, they still have Ethier, Crawford, and Puig out there in the outfield, and then now they have rookie Jock Peterson as their fourth outfielder. Okay, they have Howie Kendrick, they have Jimmy Rollins. They picked up their freaking catcher that they wanted, with this trade that they made for Kemp. They have, 3 wonderful pitchers now, right? So,
well, of course, yeah, and of course you got Clayton Kershaw above all else.
Well, he's one. Then you got freaking what's his name? Who used to be with the Royals? Pitcher, what's his name? Come on, boys.
Zach Greinke.
Zach
Greinke. Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to look up something.
Zach
Here. I'm sorry,
Greinke.
I was looking up the payrolls of all the major league ball clubs.
Go
ahead. Speak what you want, because I want to say something.
I am. If you be quiet, I will. Now,
all right,
if you
then
have,
I'll shush.
Now, if you have, now you have Howie Kendrick, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got 3 dynamite pitchers there. Now they got Grandal as their catcher, and he's only 26, and he's under contract with them until 2019. And you still got your outfielder, and you got your shortstop, and you still got your first baseman. They're not looking too bad.
Here's the thing, though, real quickly, Frank. I know you're looking up the payrolls for baseball. You know why the Dodgers are so desperate to win a World Series? Because they're sick and tired of having to lose to their arch rivals, the Giants. Who's won the World Series in 2010? The Giants did. Giants in 2012, Giants in 2014. I know for Dodger fans, they are so sick of losing to the Giants and seeing the Giants overtake them for World Series. So you know why they're trying to win, because they're desperate and they want to get every inch at the Giants.
Then they should have went and got Pablo Sandoval, that fat son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to run to our final break. And when we come back, we'll hear what Frank has to say with these payrolls. You're listening to Jeff Escow Show, man. Frank Sprankle on
Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio, our final segment of the day. We've been taking you on a 2-hour journey. I hope you're all enjoying it. This is our Thursday edition of Sports World Radio. Sean Mann, Jeff Escow. And like always, in the second hour of Sports World Radio's show on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the big wind, Frank Sprankle. All right, boys. Frank, before we went to break, you were looking up some payrolls of some baseball teams. Is that for this year?
Well, I'm looking up 2015, and the Los Angeles Dodgers are guaranteed $197 million in payroll. Their total is going to probably go up to $217 million.
If it's up to 197, excuse me, then you're right. Go get Max Scherzer. If he wants $200 million, the Dodgers have got the money. Go get him. Jeez.
Hasn't this new ownership with Magic Johnson helped the Dodgers because they have refurbished Dodger Stadium? They have been smart in terms of the way they've approached their television package, putting the games on a regional cable channel that the Dodgers run, which is bringing in a ton of money. That's why the Dodgers payroll is above the New York Yankees. Did you ever imagine in your wildest imagination that one team would have a payroll above the New York Yankees? Boy, George Steinbrenner's rolling in his grave right now.
Yeah, it's surprising when you look at that and all the money they have. Jeff, you probably would agree with me. If Scherzer wants $200 million, and the Dodgers have got the money to go after Scherzer.
And what are we talking? Hold on. And they got Brandon McCarthy. We know about Greinke. We know obviously about
Dodgers,
Kershaw. Hey, go after Scherzer.
He's either going to end up playing for the Yankees or the Dodgers or Red Sox. Those are the three teams, and that's it.
The Yankees have talked with Scherzer. Another team that has expressed interest, the St. Louis Cardinals, have expressed some interest in Max Scherzer. What would you think about Scherzer being?
You got to be curious if the reason why the Cardinals have interest in Scherzer, if that does not have to do with the Cubs going, it goes back to the Cubs signing John Lester. This is an arms race, folks.
It is, and pretty much with all the top market pitchers out there. So since Lester was out, Red Sox maybe, but I would still kind of rule them out just because here's what he wants. He wants, what Scherzer wants is 8-year contract, $200 million. That's what he wants.
He ain't going to get an 8-year contract. How old is he?
I think he's 27. 27 or 28. He's a little older than Justin Verlander, who's 31. But here's the thing, too. Scherzer, over the last couple of seasons, has had more wins for the Tigers than Justin Verlander has. And isn't that odd? Because really, if you go before 2013, if you take a look at Justin Verlander of 2011, 2012, were we talking about Justin Verlander being the best pitcher in baseball?
Yeah, so?
Scherzer has topped Verlander as far as the best pitcher on the Tiger staff, and Scherzer's not even the best pitcher in the majors right now.
Let me ask a question, though. What do the Tigers know that nobody else knows that the Tigers aren't going after?
Wait, who is this? I'm sure the Tigers are wanting to re-sign Scherzer.
No. This just came in.
No, they don't.
Oh, go ahead. This just came in. Read it to me.
Yeah, Dave Dombrowski has come out and says that the Tigers not in active pursuit of 30-year-old Max Scherzer.
So why not? They've been with him for so long. They know him really well. What's wrong with Max Scherzer?
Exactly.
I don't know. All right, let's take a look at where the Tigers stand in payroll. They probably can't. Well, the Tigers, their 2015 payroll is probably going to come out to somewhere maybe $146 million.
What's the luxury tax? $175 million? Anything over that?
Trying to look here.
Right? If I remember correctly, the luxury tax, anything over $175 million, you got to pay luxury tax dollar for dollar.
Well, as far as Scherzer, as far as Dave Dombrowski, with the recent news that Max Scherzer will not be a Detroit Tiger, that shouldn't come as a shock.
No.
Because he wants $200 million. And, here's what that Dombrowski has been meeting with Scherzer's people. And the fact is, this has been desperation in terms of trying to come up with a contract in the wake of Scherzer wanting $200 million. And guess what? They can't come up with a mutual agreement. So guess what? Max Scherzer is heading somewhere else.
Yeah, and I agree with you there too, Frank. It's very unlikely that Detroit would be able to keep him. And when the Tigers do lose Max Scherzer to some big team out there, then boom, there's a big part of their pitching staff. Because Dave Dombrowski knows very well that the Tigers will not be able to keep all of their starting rotation together. He's going to be starting to lose, people. He's got, of course, David Price. He's got Verlander, Anibal Sanchez. Detroit will definitely compete next year, and especially since they just added Yoenis Cespedes. And, of course, Scherzer, like I said, his options are the top market teams. He could go to the Dodgers for one. The Cardinals are a possibility. Yankees slim. Red Sox slim possibility. I don't see it happening with him going to Boston or New York. He would probably welcome the idea of going to a National League team.
I think, too, he would welcome the idea of going to the St. Louis Cardinals or the Los Angeles Dodgers, especially because he knows what it's like to contend. He knows what it's like to pitch in October year in and year out.
And you know darn well, Frank, the Cardinals pick him up, and with what the Cubs have done with John Lester, I tell you, that would be a big rivalry in the Midwest between Chicago and St. Louis in the upcoming year.
Sean, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
The Cubs and Cardinals at Wrigley Field are going to open up the Major League Baseball season Sunday night, April the 5th.
Really?
If Scherzer, yes, because of the Joe Madden, of the new direction the Cubs are going in, because of the Cardinals winning ways of late, and on top of that, because of the renovations of Wrigley Field starting to take form here. The Cubs and Cardinals are going to be on Sunday Night Baseball, April 5th, to open up the season. Now, let me ask you guys this. Could we see, if the Cardinals do sign Scherzer, could we be seeing the opening night mound matchup as being Max Scherzer for the St. Louis Cardinals and John Lester already a given for the Chicago Cubs?
That's what Major League Baseball's praying on.
My belief is, I'm going to say 99% likely that we could see that, and it would be a classic matchup to start the Major League Baseball season. And not only that, it would be a Midwest rivalry, because I know, Frank, you have dislike toward the Cardinals. The Cardinals have dislike toward the Cubs. They have always had some brawls, and they've always had some battling it out for pennants over the years between the Cubs and the Cardinals.
Hey, I got a question. The week before that game, the Cubs-Cardinals opener, can we bring Sports World Radio to Chicago?
I'm not going to Chicago. It's too freaking cold, man.
Dude, it won't be too freaking cold. Chicago's my... Dude, I'll show you what it's like to be street tough.
It's too cold, man. I'm not going to Chicago.
Hey, I'll treat you to some deep dish pizza.
Ah, that's disgusting.
Oh, we can
deep
dress
dish pizza rules.
That's disgusting. Get the hell out of here with that
dude.
It's
shit. Better than the cardboard box stuff in New York.
What do you call it? Deep what?
Deep dish pizza.
You know what I call it?
What?
Deep shit pizza.
You know, that was kind of funny, but it's pretty cool. But, dude, it is tasty.
And now, on the other hand, you go back to
tasty.
Scherzer. Now, Frank,
tasty as crap, huh?
Dude, I got to say this. I love you guys.
Frank, go ahead.
Let's get back to Scherzer.
Okay, now what are the possibilities that he could go to the Dodgers? Now, for reals, what happens if does that make the Dodgers the team to beat in the National League?
I think based on their pitching, absolutely it does.
You might as well just give him the freaking trophy.
Well, no, hold on. You got to earn the trophy. You got to play 162 games, and you got to play 3 rounds.
Okay, how would you like to go face Kershaw, freaking Zach Greinke, freaking the new guy that they just got, freaking what's his
McCarthy,
name?
who probably would be your 5th starter. Okay, hold on. If Scherzer. If Scherzer were to sign with the Dodgers, he'd be your number 2 starter.
Correct. So you go Kershaw, Scherzer, freaking Greinke. Get the hell out of here.
Maybe Scherzer would want to go to St. Louis, because if he goes to St. Louis, he has potential of being a number 1 starter. He's always been number 2 behind Justin Verlander.
So you know what? Maybe he likes being the number 2 because nobody really pays attention to the number 2, and the number 2 pitcher always doesn't get the best pitcher.
You know what? We were talking about the Cardinals. I will do just for the sole purpose of the fact that we could see a Max Scherzer, John Lester pitching matchup. I wouldn't mind if he goes to the Cardinals now.
That's a possibility.
Dude, that would be great. That's your opening night. That's your opening night mound matchup.
You know what no, it's not. You know what I want to see? I want to see Max Scherzer go to the Cubbies also.
I would love that too. Seriously. Again, you know what? Major League Baseball is a game where you can spend all the cash. Dude, I'll tell you what. Have Scherzer's people contact me, and I'll negotiate for them.
Theo Epstein is not done yet, and it could be possible that Scherzer could go to the Cubs.
That would be awesome.
What about the American League real quickly? How about the possibility that you could see Scherzer in a Yankee uniform? Do you think that is a possibility that he could be with
Sean? Hey, Sean, right now, anything is a possibility. So, yeah, anything is a possibility, Sean. He can end up playing for the Houston freaking Astros. Anything's
oh, my
a
God,
possibility.
dude. All right, what are the odds? Let me ask you this, though. Realistically, what are the odds? And there are odds that Max Scherzer could land in Houston. But seriously, what are the odds?
Well, what happens if they're the only team that gives him exactly what he wants?
Dude, they can't afford. Can the Astros even afford Max Scherzer? I don't think so.
I'm just saying. What happens if they say we'll give you exactly what you want?
Hey, then he'll sign.
Okay, then.
So I think for Scherzer, though, it's about money and not about the winning. He wants the cash.
So anything is possible. So any team, if it's about the cash, Any team that offers him exactly what he wants, he's going to
What
go
about going to Seattle?
What about going to freaking Milwaukee?
And that's bad. That would be in our division. But then again, I would just want to see Scherzer go to St. Louis for that opening night pitching.
What about going
you know
to,
what, though?
about
If
going to
Scherzer
Anaheim?
wants to go to a team that honestly will give him a better chance to contend, if it's not the Cubs, he ought to look at the Dodgers.
Frank, what about Anaheim? What about the Texans?
Or the Red Sox?
Or Rangers? You know, I mean, come on.
How about the Marlins?
He can end up anywhere. You know?
But I'm sure
we should take a poll.
I'm sure what they're thinking, Jeff and Frank, is that Scherzer's probably saying, well, let me listen to my agent, Scott Boras, because Scott Boras is the one who always plans all those big deals.
Scott Boras, call me up. I will negotiate a Max Scherzer contract with the Cubs myself.
Don't listen to Scott Boras, because all he wants is the freaking money. He's going to try and get you the most money possible, no matter where you're at, because the more money you get, the more money he gets.
Hey, what type of car does Scott Boras drive, you think?
I have no idea, and I don't really care because I don't like the son of a bitch. Hey, you know what? On that note, we have to get the flock out of here. That's been our 2-hour sports journey. I hope everybody had a great time like we did here at Sports World Radio. Until tomorrow, my friends, remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable.
Amen.
For Sean Mann, Frank Sprankle, I'm Jeff Escal. This has been Sports World Radio. Peace out, bitches.
Later.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over.